What is the OSI model? The OSI model, Open Systems Interconnection Model, is a conceptual framework that describes how data is transmitted across a network. It divides network communication into 7 distinct layers, each responsible for a specific function. The OSI model was developed by the International Organization for Standardization in 1984. Its purpose to standardize how different systems built by different manufacturers can communicate with each other. Think of it as a blueprint. Just as a building is constructed floor by floor, data is processed layer by layer, from the physical cable at the bottom to the application at the top. Each layer has a defined role. Each layer communicates only with the layers directly above and below it. The result is a structured, predictable system, one where every component has a purpose. Layer 1 is a physical layer. This is the foundation of all network communication. The physical layer deals with the transmission of raw binary data, sequences of ones and zeros, over a physical medium. That medium can be a copper cable, a fiber optic cable, or a wireless radio signal. The physical layer defines the electrical signals, light pulses, or radio frequencies used to represent that binary data. It also defines the physical characteristics of the connection, cable type, connector type, pin layout, and signal voltage. Think of layer 1 as a road. It does not determine what travels on it, it only determines that travel is physically possible. Devices that operate at layer 1 include hubs, repeaters, and network cables. These devices transmit data without any understanding of what that data contains. Layer 2 is a data link layer. While layer 1 handles raw signals, layer 2 handles structured data. The data link layer is responsible for the reliable transmission of data between two devices on the same network. It organizes raw bits into frames, structured units of data with a defined beginning and end. It also detects and corrects errors that occur at the physical layer. The data link layer uses MAC addresses, media access control addresses, to identify devices on a local network. Every network interface has a unique MAC address assigned by the manufacturer. Think of a MAC address as the device's permanent name tag. It does not change based on location. It identifies the hardware itself. The data link layer is divided into two sublayers, the logical link layer sublayer and the media access control sublayer. Devices that operate at layer 2 include switches and network bridges. Layer 3 is a network layer. The network layer is responsible for the delivery of data between devices on different networks. While Layer 2 handles local delivery, Layer 3 handles global delivery. This layer introduces the concept of IP addresses, Internet Protocol addresses. An IP address is a logical address assigned to a device based on its location in the network. Think of it like a home address. Just as a postal service needs an address to deliver a letter, a network needs an IP address to deliver data to the correct destination. The network layer determines the best path for data to travel, a process called routing. Routers examine the destination IP address of each packet and forward it towards its destination, one step at a time. Data at this layer is organized into packets. Each packet contains the source IP address, the destination IP address, and a portion of the original data. Devices that operate at Layer 3 include routers and Layer 3 switches. Layer 4 is the transport layer. The transport layer is responsible for end-to-end communication between applications on different devices. It ensures that the data is delivered completely in order and without errors. This layer introduces two primary protocols, TCP and UDP. Transmission Control Protocol, TCP, is a connection-oriented protocol. Before data is sent, TCP establishes a connection through a process called the three-way handshake. This process ensures both sides are ready to communicate and establishes a reliable connection. If a packet is lost, it is retransmitted. UDP, User Datagram Protocol, is a connectionless protocol. It sends data without establishing a connection and without guaranteeing delivery. UDP is faster than TCP and is used where speed is more important than accuracy, such as in video streaming or online gaming. The transport layer also manages port numbers, which identifies specific applications on a device. Port 80 for HTTP, port 443 for HTTPS, port 53 for DNS. Layer 5 is the session layer. The session layer manages sessions, ongoing conversations between two applications. It is responsible for establishing, maintaining, and terminating these sessions. A session is a logical connection between two communicating systems. The session layer ensures that the session remains open long enough to transfer all necessary data and is closed properly once communication is complete. It also handles synchronization. If a large file transfer is interrupted, the session layer can resume the transfer from a checkpoint, rather than restarting from the beginning. Think of a session as a phone call. The session layer dials the call, keeps the line open, and ends the call when the conversation is finished. The session layer is less visible in modern networking than the layer below it, but its functions are essential to stable, reliable communication. Layer 6 is a presentation layer. The presentation layer is responsible for data formatting, translation, and encryption. Its role is to ensure that data sent by one application can be correctly interpreted by another, regardless of differences in encoding or format. This layer translates the data between the format used by the application and the format used for network transmission. For example, it converts character encoding, such as ASCII or Unicode, into a standardized format. The presentation layer also handles data compression, reducing the size of data before transmission is to improve efficiency, and it handles encryption. When data is encrypted before transmission and decrypted upon receipt, the process occurs at the presentation layer. SSL and TLS, the protocols that secure HTTPS connections, operate at this layer. Think of the presentation layer as a translator. It ensures that what is sent and what is received are understood in the same way. Layer 7 is the application layer. This is the layer closest to the end user. The application layer provides the interface through which applications access network services. It is not the application itself, it is the set of protocols and rules that allow applications to communicate over a network. Common protocols at layer 7 include HTTP and HTTPS for web browsing, DNS for translating domain names into IP addresses, FTP for file transfer, SMTP for email. DNS acts like the phone book of the Internet, allowing users to navigate the web using names instead of numbers. When a domain name is entered into a browser, DNS resolves that name into the corresponding IP address, enabling the connection to proceed. The application layer is where network communication becomes visible. The web browser, an email client, and file transfer application. All layers below layer 7 exist to make what happens at layer 7 possible. OSI versus TCP/IP. Key differences. The OSI model and the TCP/IP model are both frameworks for understanding network communication. They are often compared and often confused. The OSI model has 7 layers. The TCP/IP model has 4 layers. The TCP/IP model consolidates several OSI layers. Layer 5, 6, and 7 of the OSI model correspond to the application layer of TCP/IP. Layer 4 transport remains the same in both models. Layer 3 network corresponds to the internet layer in TCP/IP. Layers 1 and 2 physical data link corresponds to the network access layer in TCP/IP. The OSI model is a theoretical framework, a conceptual tool for understanding and troubleshooting networks. The TCP/IP model is a practical framework. It reflects how the internet actually functions today. In practice, networking professionals use the OSI model for analysis and troubleshooting, and TCP/IP for implementation. Both are essential, neither replaces the other. The OSI model divides network communication into 7 layers. Layer 1 physical transmits raw binary data over a physical medium. Layer 2 data link organizes data into frames and uses MAC addresses for local delivery. Layer 3 network routes packets between network using IP addresses. Layer 4 transport ensures reliable and end-to-end delivery using TCP or UDP. Layer 5 session manages communication sessions between applications. Layer 6 presentation formats, compresses, and encrypts data. Layer 7 application provides the interface for user-facing network services. Each layer has a defined role. Each layer depends on the layers below it. Together they form the foundation of all modern network communication. If this helps, subscribe. More explanations like this every week.